I'm not a lawyer, but this is the part 2 recap of what happened during the Hernandez-Govan trial that led to him being acquitted on all charges related to the death of young Dolph. Okay, so the fourth witness of the trial was Cornelius Smith's girlfriend, Angela Arnold, and she testified that Cornelius told her about the hit on young Dolph.
So Cornelius Smith told you that he talked about a Dolph hit with Hernandez-Govan?
Yes.
Did he ever tell you about a dollar amount?
It was between $1 million and 1.5.
And then jumping to the day of the incident, Angela Arnold testified that she remembered Cornelius Smith getting a call that morning and then a white car pulling up to the house. But she can't confirm if Smith got in that car because she pulled off. From there, she says the next time that she heard from Cornelius Smith was when he called her from a number she didn't know, asking her to pick him up.
Okay. Did he call you from his usual phone number?
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't recognize the number. Told me to come pick him up.
From where?
2-lane apartments.
Okay. Is that your car?
Yes.
And who's that walking out right there?
This Cornelius with a bag in his hand.
Is Cornelius in the black?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that person right there, that's Cornelius Smith.
Yes.
And the car next to him, is that your car?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And when he got into your car, did he talk to you at all?
He said he got shot when they went up there in Makita's cookies, and he said they were shooting at Dolph, and when he got back to the car, someone shot back at them, and he got shot in the shoulder. He said that he put his phone in the car, the Mercedes. He told me we need to go up there and get his phone out the car, and he got in touch with Govan, and we went up to Pressure World.
And when you got to Pressure World, who was there?
Govan got out of the car, and they walked to the back, and they was talking. I didn't hear the conversation because I was in my car.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to AutoZone.
Okay. So was it that same day that y'all went to AutoZone?
Yeah.
I don't think Cornelius said it was the same day.
To get a car cover. The car cover was supposed to be for the cover of the car that I guess they used.
And did you go inside or did Mr. Smith go inside?
I can't remember. It was purchased, but I can't remember who bought it.
Okay. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
We rolled around, tried to get him some pain meds because he said he was hurt. We ended up at his dad's house because he was bleeding real bad, and he wanted to change clothes. He changed clothes and he went in the bathroom. I was sitting in his bedroom and he passed out, and I got him up off the floor.
And what happened after you got him off the floor?
We left.
Who was we?
Me and Cornelius left.
Okay, so y'all left his dad's house.
Yes.
And where did y'all go?
We ended up at his aunt's house.
Angela then fast forwards to December 9th, the day that Cornelius Smith was arrested, and she talks about what exactly happened that day.
Well, the day that he got picked up, I had a job interview after by the airport. I took my grandkids to school. I went to my job interview. We left the job interview. It was his daughter's birthday. He wanted to take her some cupcakes or something, so he had to talk to her mom to make sure it was okay. We went to the school. She called to verify that it would be okay. So we left there. We went to Kroger, got some cupcakes and stuff, and he dropped me off at work.
Okay. And that was the last time you remember seeing him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And to your knowledge, was he arrested that day?
Yes. He left me stranded at work. I didn't realize he had got locked up until the next day because I was stranded at work. He was in my car. He had my phone, so I had no way of calling him or anything.
Don't she still sound pissed?
So the next day when I got up, my daughter took me over his baby mom's house, and that's when I found out that he had got arrested.
All right, now let's talk about cross-examination. Govan's defense attorney begins by addressing the obvious, how Angela Arnold knew about the hit but did nothing to stop it.
Are you testifying to this jury that Cornelius, prior to Dolph being killed, told you that he was going to do it?
He was telling me about meetings that they had, conversations that they had. He was just saying that they wanted to put a hit out on Dolph.
And that was okay with you as his
I didn't
girlfriend?
take it serious because at the time Cornelius was popping pills really bad.
Okay.
Next, the attorney digs into how about a month after the incident happened, Angela told police during an interview that she couldn't remember who Cornelius was working with on the hit, but since that time, she's been able to clearly remember that it was Hernandez Govan. And the attorney also begins pointing the finger at another person that he says could have been involved.
Police have to ask you over and over and over again and tell you, was it a guy with the initial Q, right, on Bradley Street?
Yeah, but I had forgot his name.
Okay, so you forgot his name 1 month after that, and 4 years later, you remember it perfectly.
Yes,
Okay. Do you know Bobby Carter also lives there on Bradley Street, right?
yes.
And Bobby Carter also sells pills.
I didn't know he sold them.
Okay, but your boyfriend Cornelius hung out with Bobby Carter, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Did Cornelius ever tell you that Bobby Carter was involved in the shooting of Dolph?
No.
Okay, you're sure about that? Because I'm going to play a video just now, so I'm going to ask you again.
I can't recall.
Okay, well, no is different from I can't recall.
Okay, I can't recall.
Okay.
Bobby, his brother Bobby was the one caught with Connie and told police who the cop was, because he was in on it too.
All right, so you just said Cornelius told you that Bobby's the one that called the Mercedes in because Bobby was in on it too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you again. Bobby Carter lives on Bradley Street. He's in on the shooting. That's what you said, right?
That's what I said.
Okay, and that was just a month after all this happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you follow that? He's highlighting that the car was found across the street from Govan's house, but Bobby, Cornelius's friend that introduced him to Govan, also lives on that street. And so, during the early part of this investigation, while Angela couldn't remember Govan's name, she was able to remember Bobby's name, and she told police that he was the one involved in this incident. Angela also at that time told police that Juk was the person behind everything.
When they first asked you what's happening, you said it's coming from a higher power. First words out of your mouth was Juk did this, right?
Yes.
All right, keep playing it.
So he said it came from Juke. Juke being who? Because we want to make sure we're talking about the same Juke. Unfortunately, there's more than one Juke. CMG meaning Joe Guy's brother, Juke?
Juke, yeah.
So when they asked you 2, maybe 3 times, it's Juk, CMG, Juk set all this stuff up. I know we've been talking about these meetings at Govan's house, but when it came down to it, Juk's giving the orders, Juk's paying, Juk's doing everything. That's what Cornelius told you, right?
Yes.
So Juke was the one that actually, they were over Q's house. And Juke was the one that asked him to kill to kill Dolph. No, but when you said, he said he told you.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
All right, so again, when they asked you, where did the order come from? Who told him? Who was going to do that? It's always Juk, right?
That's what he said.
From there, the attorney goes through a bunch of pictures of Pressure World. If you recall, Cornelius and Angela Arnold testified that after the incident, the two of them met Hernandez Govan at Pressure World so that Cornelius could get the phone he left in the white Mercedes.
Entrance from Pressure World, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next slide. And you see the sign right at the entrance of Pressure World that says this place is under video monitoring. Beware, warning, right?
Yes.
Okay. You see that camera on the top right there?
Yes.
Okay. And you recognize this. There's a big mural on Pressure World right there,
Yeah.
home of the Grizzlies. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So this is sort of the side of the business. You see the black camera there and the light camera thing, whatever that is, and then another white camera right there. Do you see that?
Yes.
Zoom in. And you see 2 more cameras on the left side front of the building. You see one on the right side and one on the left side?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. And so this is right towards the front where you say there's a mural of the car we saw with the camera to the side. You see there's more cameras right there? In fact, it's a motion camera, so if you walk up there, the little dots come on. You see that camera?
Yes.
Okay. And so on the back side, you see cameras there as well with the wires sticking out and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. And you told the police specifically that you went to Pressure World. That was your words, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
The attorney doesn't make his point now, but you clearly can see where he's going with this line of questioning. And he ends his cross-examination by asking similar questions about AutoZone.
With regards to the video stuff, I'm sure you don't know if AutoZone's video cameras were working that day on the 17th, just a few hours after the murder, right?
I don't.
Okay. But you would expect police to go check that out to confirm that all these things happened, right? That would be a simple thing.
Yes, I'm sure they will.
You're sure they would, right? I
Yes.
would be sure too, but, we'll see about that. Okay, thank you.
So the next witness called was the lead detective of the case. And I'm going to jump to cross-examination because the questions the defense attorney asked Angela about Pressure World and AutoZone pay off with this lead detective.
Let's just tell it how it is. Nobody during this investigation ever went to Pressure World to check about the cameras, right?
No.
All right. Nobody in this investigation ever went to AutoZone to check if the cameras were there.
No, we didn't.
Nobody went to the AutoZone that Cornelius Smith said he went to buy a car cover to see if there's a receipt or some surveillance or something like that inside the AutoZone, right?
No.
Okay. Those are things that would be important to try to corroborate a witness who obviously is the shooter in this case, to make sure he's not lying to you, right?
Yes.
The attorney next questions if Angela Arnold and Cornelius Smith both mentioned Juk throughout the investigation, how come he was never brought in to be questioned?
Repeatedly told you all that Juk was the one that was calling the shots. I think even in your report you guys said Juk's the mastermind. That would cause you to go interview Juk because that's an important piece of information, right?
During the investigation, yes.
All right. But as a lead detective, at no point during the investigation did we attempt to talk to Juk.
We hadn't made it that far, no.
We hadn't made it that far. Okay, it's been 4 years, and we know Juk died 2.5 years after the case. We know everybody had already been indicted within a few months of the arrest taking place. But we never went to talk to Juk, even after Cornelius and Angela repeatedly said he was the mastermind. I think that's the phrase you guys used. Clearly, Juk was a suspect in this case.
Yes.
But he was never followed up with at all by Memphis Police Department at any point in this investigation, even though he died 2.5 years later.
Not at the time, no.
Okay.
The next witness was a former detective on the case, and he talks about phone data. The detective is able to confirm one of the things that Cornelius said when he was on the stand. If you recall, Cornelius testified that after the incident, Justin Johnson FaceTimed Big Juk.
And in the meantime, he had FaceTime Big Juk, let him know that, they were like, I work.
And the phone records seem to support that.
And then on November 17th at 12:26, you have Justin Johnson has a FaceTime interaction with Anthony Mims at 12:26:50, so that was about, 3 or 4 minutes after the homicide.
The phone records also show that in the days following the incident, Cornelius Smith Googled AutoZones and car covers.
Then we have November 9th, 2021, or 19th, I'm sorry. And this is just showing that at 12 in the morning, Cornelius Smith, was doing a Google search for 24-hour AutoZone. And then at 07:01 hours or 7 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device does a Google search for AutoZone on Lamar. 7:08 a.m., he has another Google search, which is the universal car cover. And then later at 18:47 hours, there's an image of an AutoZone receipt that's extracted from his phone, and you can see that the capture time was on 11/20/2021 at 6:47 p.m.
Based on all of the phone records, the detective concludes that communications between Hernandez-Govan and the two triggermen did slow down in the days and weeks leading up to the incident.
It started as a lot of communications between Govan, but as you saw, as it gets closer to the day of the homicide, those communications then seem to be more between Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson, and not Govan.
And now on cross, it got a little spicy. Govan's attorney first addresses that AutoZone receipt that up until now didn't seem to exist.
Do you remember ever seeing a supplement or a note anywhere that said we have an AutoZone receipt?
I know that there's multiple PowerPoints in the discovery, I'm pretty sure, that have all those slides.
The reason I ask is the lead detective in this case said you guys never followed up on any receipts with AutoZone, and I've been harping on AutoZone, and now for the first time I'm seeing this PowerPoint with an AutoZone receipt. Is that right?
Well, probably because we didn't find out about the receipt until much later in the investigation. This was after Cornelius and then actually getting in his phone and actually finding it. So it just took a long time to find that information.
And you're telling us that that receipt is an AutoZone receipt?
It looks like it's got, if you look at the very top, it looks like an AutoZone receipt. It's got the auto part and the zone. It's very difficult to see, I agree, but it looks like an AutoZone receipt at the top.
So it sort of kind of looks like an AutoZone receipt. Did you happen to go about 6 blocks that way to the AutoZone headquarters and just say, could you pull the receipts from that very specific location that you told the jurors about to see if anybody purchased anything?
Again, if you look at the receipt in the PowerPoint, you can't, I don't think I was able to tell where it came from. And
all right, so now we don't know where it came from. Or it could be AutoZone.
it looks like an AutoZone receipt.
Right, well, I looked.
But it doesn't, you
Your
can't
Honor,
see the fine
objection asked
print.
and answered at this point.
Again, you don't know if that's an AutoZone receipt. We're making presumptions based on a crumply receipt.
You're saying that I don't know it's an AutoZone receipt. I looked at the photo, and at the top you can see the AutoZone part. You can't see when he purchased it or the dates on the fine print, but it appears at the top. It says AutoZone. It doesn't have all the details. Because trust me, we looked at that. We wanted to see what time did this purchase happen. But he said cash, so we were like, well, I mean, can we get video? I mean, we look at these things to try to figure it out, but sometimes all you might have is just at the very top, it says AutoZone.
Did you go to the AutoZone that was addressed and ask them to pull video?
At the time, we didn't have an address.
And you said you looked at the phone and you saw it, you got an address. Did you go yesterday to ask AutoZone headquarters, is there a receipt available?
Historically...
No, not historically.
Or any
Yes or no?
30
Judge, I need him to answer. He's dodging me over and over again. I'm asking simple questions.
No, I'm going to object.
Did you go?
Objection.
No, I did not.
Objection. Wait.
Did you go to AutoZone at any point in this investigation? I appreciate the smirk, but just answer yes or no.
No.
Did you go?
Objection, Your Honor, I would ask him.
No.
He's not making.
We don't need commentary.
All right.
Just ask the question.
No,
Answer the question.
I've said no 4 times now. No, 5.
Okay.
And in regards to phone communications, the defense attorney highlights that while the 2 triggermen weren't really communicating with Hernandez-Govan in the days leading up to the incident, one of them was talking to Big Jook.
Justin Johnson and Anthony Mims had a 6-minute call the day before the murder, the evening before the murder.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And you're also aware that Justin sent Jook a turkey emoji the night of the 16th. You're not aware of that?
I mean, November 16th, 2021, 4:37. It's Justin Johnson sending looks like a turkey emoji to Anthony Mims.
Okay, so the final day of the trial was actually pretty short. The only witness was the medical examiner, and then the attorneys did closing arguments. And I just need to show you how Hernandez-Govan's attorney started his closing argument.
Mr. Govan, stand up. Come sit at the table and let them see you. It's time you're not marginalized anymore. Sit there while I talk. I don't know in what world the prosecution is living in this case, because unless they were watching something in the multiverse where other witnesses were saying perfect things, I don't know why we're here. You all should be embarrassed as a community that your district attorney thinks this evidence is sufficient to take a man's life for first-degree murder. You should be embarrassed that this is the person you voted for that brings this type of case. Just embarrassed.
And that was basically the case. And based on that case, jurors found Hernandez-Govan not guilty on both charges, first-degree Big M and conspiracy to commit.
I just want to say thank you to my attorneys, Manny, Robert, Haley, Beth, Handel, my private investigators, everybody for helping me. I didn't have the resources to necessarily, cover everything, and Manny still helped me, and he knew I was innocent. Everybody around me knew I was innocent. I just want to say thank you to the jurors for getting this right and getting my life back.